They're driving down the field, boom, sideline. Dak Prescott is throwing little dimes to the sideline, and they're running 3-4 seconds per play, and they're marching down the field. Finally, Shanahan puts a sideline defense out there with 4 seconds left and no timeouts. Dak Prescott ran a quarterback draw for 17 yards. The 49ers, to the 49ers' 24-yard line. The Cowboys couldn't spike the ball in time to run another play. So sound you heard there from Mike McCarthy explains why he ran the play. Key agrees with the play, thought it was a brilliant play. But the umpire must touch the ball. And Dak Prescott didn't seem to know, and Jay has felt that, well, you can't trust the team to be prepared for those situations. So it wasn't brilliant.
But for whatever reason, Dak Prescott didn't hand the ball immediately to the official. Therefore, when he finally got a chance to get it and they snapped it, it was too late. Rest is history.
Jay, the Cowboys were penalized 14 times. It's a postseason franchise record. You bring up, for 89 yards, you bring up Mike McCarthy's lack of detailed preparation, or at least execution that would show that they've prepared the right way. Dallas entered Sunday as the most penalized team in the NFL. Dak Prescott gets $40 million a year. He did not know the rule, to be fair. Like, whatever Mike McCarthy's, he also screwed that up. Was that more on Mike McCarthy or Dak Prescott, Jay?
I think that's it's on them both. Obviously, you want your quarterback in a situation like that to understand time and situation. But at the end of the day, this all follows a long trail of crumbs, Max. We've been talking about this throughout the entire course of the year. This is one of the most non-disciplined teams in the NFL.
But when you look at this roster, like, I need to know from you, are we wrong about how loaded the roster is? Because if we're not, and there have been other years like this, but this one even maybe more loaded, then you got to start looking at the head coach. And then, to me, I look at Jerry Jones. Why are you hiring that head coach? To me, it's because Jerry Jones wants a guy he can push around, who's not going to push back. But you have defended Mike McCarthy. So do you have an explanation?
I haven't defended anybody. What I've done is tried to educate y'all to get y'all to really understand the mindset and what he's thinking in that situation. 14 penalties, I don't give a damn who the coach is. If you get 14 penalties, you're going to lose the football game.
But that's what I'm asking, Keith.
That's the reality of it, Max. When you look at the last play prior to the final play, when you have the middle of the field wide open, the defense is giving you that. You have to take advantage of running a draw play and picking up the yardage that you pick up. If they had a timeout, or if he would have simply gave the football back to the referee, then we wouldn't even be having this conversation. We'd have talked about the last play of the game, what an incomplete pass, or what a touchdown. But that did not happen. We cannot sit here and try and blame that on the head coach because the quarterback didn't hand the football
so let me ask you a question.
to the referee. In the middle, in the heat of the moment, Max, guys forget to do things.
But it doesn't seem like they forget on the Patriots, right? Like, I think the point is here about McCarthy, but not just about McCarthy, about a lot of Cowboys coaches, which is why I look at who Jerry Jones is hiring, is why does the team seem to have, you could call it bad luck, or be unprepared, or come up just short? But when you only have 4 playoff wins in 25 years, something's wrong. Especially when you've said, and you're right, of course,
well, there's some teams that don't even have playoff wins at all. So,
but that's a lot wrong.
So,
but they're not America's
when you look at it, I think they got the right coach in the right situation for now. I don't necessarily know if you switching out coaches that you're going to do something next year that all of a sudden you're going to win a Super Bowl. What they've got to do is they've got to figure out what is it that they did wrong against the 49ers and try and correct it when they get in that position again. You don't just all of a sudden start firing coaches just because you lose a game in the playoffs. Now all of a sudden you're going to fire the dude.
I didn't like the hire in the first place.
I personally think it was a good hire, me personally. If you got something out there that's better that you think can get you over the hump, then show them to me.
You got a guy in Dan Quinn who's right there on your sideline. You got Kellerman Moore, a guy that you keep paying absurd amount of money to be the top highest paid OC in the league because you don't want to use him. You lose him. You have options to go to. When there's a history of repeated offenses, Key, after a while you start looking at them and say, okay, well, this has translated to a big moment that has let us ultimately be disappointed. Like, Jerry Jones is disappointed in the team. It was Super Bowl or bust. We've talked about this year. Has this team met your expectations this year, Key?
No, they haven't.
You know who else didn't
No,
meet
they haven't.
expectations?
They're supposed to. They're supposed to be in the NFC Championship game
Agreed.
based on the talent that they have around them.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.